Hi friends, welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is Dr. Sneha Ando. So today what we are going to see is how this blood has been classified and what are the different types of the blood. So before moving, we'll be seeing the history of it. So William Harvey in 1628, he was the first person to find out the blood has been circulated inside the body. And the next person whose results was related to this transfusion and all was a Richard Lower. He was the first person who tried to transfuse the blood between two dogs, and his experiment was successful because both the dogs was healthy and survived during the surgery. The next came the Jean Baptiste Denis. Okay, what he did is he tried to transfuse the blood from dog to the human being, but his experiment was a complete failure. And this transfusion between an animal and human is not called as xenotransfusion. So after all these things, there was a complete failure of all this transfusion. The complete research was stopped, and until 1818, almost after 100 years or so, another scientist named James Bundle came forward, and what he did is he tried to transfuse the blood between two human beings, and his experiment was successful to some extent. But what happened over here is, after few days, slowly the patient started to have one or the other illness, and slowly patient resulted in the death. So over that also his experiment was a failure. Then after almost a decade or so, during 1901, an Australian physician named Carol Landsteiner, he came forward and he started to classify the blood groups. And during 1909, he was able to successfully classify the blood groups into four different types. So what are they? A, B, AB and O. And for his experiment, he got a Nobel Prize on 1930 under the field of physiology and medicine. Okay, so this is about a small history about the blood and how the who's invented the classification of the blood. Now we'll be seeing what is blood and what is the function of the blood. So blood is nothing but it's like a transporting system. It acts as a vehicle running through 24/7. So what the blood does, blood try to take the oxygen or minerals, ions, salts to the different parts of the body. And heart will be acting as an engine supporting the blood to transport into the different parts of the body. So this is what the role of the blood and the heart. Now we'll be seeing what is blood made up of. The blood is mainly made up of liquid and solid. So liquid is actually called as plasma, and solid has been divided into three different types. One is called as RBC, another one is called as white blood cells, next one is called as platelets. Another name of liquid is called as plasma. Okay, almost 55% of blood is made up of plasma, other 45% is made up of solid. Now we'll be seeing what is the function of plasma. So what is the function of the plasma? The plasma function is nothing but to transport minerals, iron, salts to the different parts of the body. Whereas, what is the function of the RBC? RBC's main function is to transport oxygen to the different parts of the body. Whereas white blood cells function is to act as a defense mechanism, acting against the invasion of the different microorganisms. What is the function of the platelets? Platelets function is to clot the blood. If there is an bleeding or so, then the platelets come to the role and it tries to clot that area and stop the bleeding. So that is what the function of the platelets. Okay. Now what we are going to see is how this blood type is identified and what are the major thing is required to identify or to differentiate the blood groups. Okay, that's what we are going to see. So there are two things which is majorly important to identify or to differentiate the blood groups. One is called as antigen, another one is called as antibodies. So what is antibodies? Antibodies and antigens are nothing but it's a protein. Antibodies are the proteins which is present in the plasma. Antigens are the protein which is present in the surface of the RBC. Fine. So what is the role of the antibodies? Antibodies role is nothing but a defense mechanism. Antigens role is it causes an immune response and it helps in identifying the substance or the marker of the cell. So this is the function of the antigen. Then the RHD antigen means it's an inherited protein. This also present on the surface of the RBC. So what is the role of the RHD antigen? This is the antigen which is responsible to differentiate the blood group, whether if it's a positive blood group or the negative blood group. Fine. So these are the three major things which is required to identify or classify the blood group. So now we'll be seeing how this blood type has been identified and what are the antigens which is present. Now we'll be seeing about the O blood group. In the O blood group, in the plasma we'll be able to see A and B antibodies, whereas on the surface of the RBC you'll be able to see H antigen. If the H antigen only is present means it is considered as an O blood group. Along with it, if it's a D antigen is present, then it is being considered as a O positive blood group. Fine. Now, if it's an O negative blood group, here the same antibodies will be present in the plasma and same antigen present on the surface. If the D antigen is in the recessive stage means it will be considered as an O negative blood group. Fine. Next, we will be seeing the AB blood group. Here what will be there means in the plasma there will be no antibodies, but on the surface of the RBC you will be having H antigen, A antigen and B antigen. If all these three antigens are present means it is being considered as a AB blood group. Okay. Along with it, if there is a D antigen binder to it means it is being considered as an AB positive blood group. Similar way, in the AB negative blood group, the same components are present, but if the D antigen is in the recessive stage means it is considered as an AB negative blood group. Fine. Next. Okay, how this A blood group has been identified? Here what will be there is in the plasma you will be having B antibodies and on the surface you will be having H and the A antigen. If this is present means it is considered as a A blood group. The similar way, if the D antigen is in the dominant stage, then it is considered as a A positive blood group. If it's an A negative blood group means all the compounds will be the similar, but if the D antigen is in the recessive stage, then it is considered as an A negative blood group. Similar way, if it's a B and B blood group means in the plasma you will be having A antibodies, whereas on the surface you will be having H and the B antigen. Okay, and when the D is in the dominant stage it will be considered as a B positive, and if the D is in the recessive stage it will be considered as a B negative blood group. I hope so this is clear for you how this blood is being identified or classified. So here in the common blood group, O negative is a universal donor and AB negative is a universal recipient. So keep that in your mind. Now we'll be seeing what is the unique or the rare blood group. So today we'll be seeing this Bombay blood group and the golden blood group are the rarest or the unique blood group, and there are a lot of research going on between this both blood groups. Okay, so why this Bombay blood group? Bombay blood group is given because they were the first patient where they were able to find this blood group was from Bombay, so that is the reason why this Bombay blood group name has been got. Now, so here what is it? Now we are all seen what are the antigens are present. Here what is the antigen which is present is there will be no antigens except the D antigen. If the D antigen is present in the dominant stage means it will be considered as a positive. Okay, but here A, B and H antibodies will be present in the plasma. Okay, so all the three antibodies will be present in the plasma, whereas H antigen will be completely absent in the surface of the RBC. and if the D antigen is there means it is being considered as a positive blood group. Similarly, if it's H negative means all the three antibodies will be present in the plasma, where then the D antigen will be in the recessive stage. Fine, got it? And one more thing, in the statistic level, almost 4 out of 1 million only have this type of blood group, and this blood group is mostly seen in South Asian and Iraq people. Okay, so this is the blood group which is seen over there only, and it is very rare. Next we will be seeing the golden blood or RHNL. So why this golden blood group name is nothing but it is very unique and it is very rare, and it is actually called as a universal donor because they can give the blood to any patient, any person in this worldwide, but they'll be able to receive the blood only from the RH null blood group only. Okay, so what is called as, why they are called as RH null means, here in RH null means they'll be not having any antigen. Almost 61 type of antigens are absent on the surface of the RBC. There will be no antigens which is bounded on the surface of the RBC. That's why it is called as RH null. In the worldwide, only 43 persons only have this type of blood group, and it is very rare to observe this. This kind of blood group is mostly resulted because of the mutation or maybe from the genetic background only. Okay, so I hope you gotten a clear idea about golden blood group and Bombay blood group and what is the difference between each blood groups. Okay, the next slide will be seeing the overall gist how this ABO blood group has been classified. Okay, so this here I've given you the persons who can donate the blood and and the persons from where you can get the blood. So this is just an idea. You can actually observe the slide to get a better idea about it. So I hope this video was helpful and informative. If you like this video, please like the button and kindly subscribe our YouTube channel so you will be able to see our following videos. If you have any doubts or any comments regarding the presentation, please give it in the comment box. So whatever the things which you are giving, we'll try to improve ourselves. If it's regarding the doubts, I'll be completely replying to that. Okay, thank you for listening. Bye.